Time is 6:30. And a quorum being present, I call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is meeting minutes for October 19th, 2022. Was there any discussion for that?
I have none.
Could I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes?
So moved.
Could I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. All right. Agenda item A, could I have a motion to continue to the April 5th, 2023 meeting? This public hearing, notice of intent, Civil Design Consultants, Inc. of Andover, Massachusetts, on behalf of Yvonne Cormier, Vale Street Assessors Map 112, lots 23, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, DP file number 305-1154.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Agenda item B, public hearing, notice of intent, John G. Crow Associates, Inc. of Bedford, New Hampshire, on behalf of Raytheon Technologies, Inc. of Andover, Massachusetts, 100 Apple Hill Drive, Tewksbury, Massachusetts, Assessors Map 38, Lot 2, DEP file number not yet assigned. My understanding is that will be continued until March 8th.
Yep, that's the next meeting.
That's the next meeting. Any discussion on that, or could I have a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Agenda item C, public hearing, notice of intent, Civil Design Consultants, Inc. of Andover, Massachusetts, on behalf of Massachusetts Bradley Development Co., LLC, 323 Marston Street, Tewksbury, Mass. Assessors map 20, lot 28, DEP file number 305-1176. Could you please introduce yourselves for the record, please?
Mark Bradley, MA Bradley Development, 1455 Main Street.
Thank you.
Tom Schomburg of Civil Design Consultants.
The floor is yours.
So again, Tom Schomburg of Civil Design Consultants, representing Mark M.A. Bradley Construction LLC for the notice of intent for 323 Marston Street. The parcel is approximately 1.18 acres and has on-site resource areas consisting of bordering vegetated wetland and associated buffers. Elevations range from a high of 128 feet along Marston Street to a low of approximately 122 feet along the edge of the wetlands to the rear of the lot. Existing conditions consist of an approximately 900 square foot single-family dwelling with a deck, paved driveway, and maintained lawn. These structures total approximately 2,980 square feet of impervious area. The entirety of the existing dwelling and deck lies within the 100-foot buffer zone of the wetland area. The applicant is proposing that the existing structures be removed and a new 1,600 square foot single-family dwelling be constructed with walkways, a driveway, utilities, and other appurtenances. Proposed areas total approximately 2,700 square feet, resulting in a decrease of approximately 280 square feet of impervious area. The site will be graded to direct overland flow north towards the wetland, consistent with existing site hydrology. Disturbance within the 100-foot buffer zone consists of site grading and the construction of the proposed dwelling and appurtenances. No portion of the proposed building is located within the 50-foot no-build, and no work is proposed within the 25-foot no-disturb. An erosion control fence is provided to the rear of the site to prevent indirect alteration of wetland areas. This time I'd like to answer any questions that you may have.
All right. Any questions or comments from the commission?
The only question I have is, the house you're tearing down, is that the same footprint? Is it the same area of the lot?
Yes, and
Okay.
it's actually a little bit closer towards Marston. Doesn't go any closer towards the wetlands,
Okay.
but it's a little bit bigger than the footprint that's obviously there.
And the only reason I ask, I just want to make sure it wasn't within the wetlands, you know, because there's no description on here, the house, where the house is that you're tearing
I
down.
think you can see it.
See a little bit of it.
Dotted line.
It's like poking out in some areas.
Yeah. You can see the dotted line. That's the existing house.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the proposed
I just
building
wanna
is the
make sure
same
it wasn't over
location,
here.
it's just slightly larger.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Any other comments, or should,
I'm good.
Joseph, do you have any?
Yeah. I think one of the questions I asked Tom was whether this delineation was based off of the delineation for 317 and 319. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So for the commission, I did a site visit out there. I reviewed the wetland boundary, or most of it, and it seemed fine. And this wetland boundary is also based off of the 317 and 319 Marston Street property, which are adjacent and approved under a notice of intent and order of conditions. Aside from that, is this house currently utilizing the sewer system? Or is it on septic?
It is.
Okay,
I've already applied to tie
Right,
it to
right, right.
sewage with the town. I think
Okay.
I've seen those permit
Right.
applications.
where is the septic tank in the property?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I'm assuming it's in the rear.
yeah,
When I got approached to purchase this property, they asked me to tie the house into sewage,
yeah,
and it
yep,
showed it going to the rear of the house.
okay,
So I'm assuming that the septic tank would probably be somewhere right in the middle of the existing house. Usually maybe 10 feet off of it.
okay.
That house doesn't have town water, does it?
It does.
It has town water?
It's town water, yep.
Okay, so when that comes through, assuming this is approved, just putting the sediment controls behind wherever the septic tank is that's going to be crushed,
Yep.
in case it's not already encompassed by where the sediment controls
Yeah,
are
and I
proposed.
think when we walked the site
Yeah.
last week with you, we sort of walked where that line would be.
Okay.
Civil is actually supposed to be going out there next week
Okay,
to restake everything out.
Okay.
The erosion control, because we're gonna stop putting those in.
I think that I can see on the site plans, the tree line. Is there any proposal to go further past where the current vegetation lawn, line is?
The only thing that there's more like some forsythia and stuff like that I would wanna just try to get a little bit farther back, but I don't know where that lot line is, because it's not, or that I should say the erosion control line is right now. We saw it on the other two properties, but we didn't see exactly where it's gonna be on, 323.
Okay,
I'm assuming it's right near there.
so would there be any clearing beyond where the sediment controls are proposed in place? Okay.
If anything, I'd like to just clean up some of the, dead brush or whatever,
Okay,
just so it's cleaner.
okay. All right, with that, if the commission is to approve of the project and issue an order of conditions, they can do so while considering the following conditions. Standard conditions number 1 through number 4 and number 9 through number 19. And the special conditions consisting of the following. Number 1, install and maintain sediment controls, which shall include of a 12-inch diameter compost filter tube around the area of construction as to prevent the deposition of sediment from construction activities into nearby wetland resource areas. Sediment controls shall remain in place until all areas of disturbed/loose soil and other erodible materials have been stabilized at the site. Number 2, prior to any construction activity commencing, sediment control shall be installed by the applicant or an agent of the applicant, and the conservation agent shall inspect and approve of the installed sediment controls. Soil stockpile number 3, soil stockpile shall be covered and properly secured whenever not in use. Soil stockpile shall be surrounded with a silt fence and/or straw wattle. Number 4, if dewatering is necessary, water from the excavation pit shall be appropriately pumped to a dewatering location that is as far from the wetland boundary as reasonably practicable, at least 25 feet from the wetland edge, and within the upgradient side of the perimeter sediment controls. The water shall then be appropriately filtered through an appropriately sized filter bag prior to being discharged onto the ground. The appropriately sized filter bag shall be surrounded by a silt fence and/or compost filter tubes. Number 5, yes. The conservation agent may approve of alternative equivalent erosion/sediment controls. Number 6, upon completion of construction activities and in order to receive a certificate of compliance, an as-built plan must be submitted that shows all constructed features being proposed under this application relative to the wetland boundary. The as-built must show the proximity with accurate measurements of said structures to nearby wetlands. The request for certificate of compliance shall be accompanied by photographs of the completed construction. So these are just my suggestions to the commission. Now, feel free if you would like to object to any of those.
It sounds fine to me.
So my recommendation is to emphasize the 12-inch compost filter tubes, not to get the 9-inch or 8-inch because they make a big difference.
My plan to developing both 323, 321, and 319 is to do all the site work for all 3 of the lots, 100%, all the grading done, everything established, all the slabs in, and then I'll start framing. So I plan on doing all the site work at once to try to minimize, in and out with machines and stuff like that, to try to get more stabilized quicker, just a cleaner site.
All right, any other questions or comments from the commission?
Yeah, my comment is I'd be glad to see that house torn down.
Me too. That means progress.
This is a public hearing, so I will open it up to the public. If anybody in the audience has any questions or comments that they would like to say, now's your time to do so, but not seeing anybody else in this room. Could I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Could I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. And could I have a motion to approve notice of intent Civil Design Consultants, Inc. of Andover, Massachusetts, on behalf of M.A. Bradley Developments Co., LLC, 323 Marston Street, Tewksbury, Massachusetts, Assessors Map 20, Lot 28, DEP file number 305-1176, as discussed at this meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much. And then agenda item D, minor modification, 319 and 321 Marston Street, Assessors Map 20, lots 28 and 87, DEP file number 305-1135. And could you please introduce yourself?
Mark Bradley, M.A. Bradley Development, 1455 Main Street.
All right, the floor is yours.
I kind of put this one on the agenda, but this is, I just wanted to inform the commission about a conversation that I had. Yeah, we can reference that if you want, but just a conversation I had with Mark here about, there's 2 different projects here under 2 different permits, but they're all right next to each other. So 319, 321, and 323 Marston Street. So I met out with Mark in the field. Basically, there's a shed that's kind of right on the no disturb boundary, no disturb zone boundary, that Mark would like to demolish and just leave as is. So just take down the structure and just leave everything as is after all the debris's been removed.
Just so I understand this right, you're gonna remove the shed, you're not gonna leave the
Yeah.
debris from the shed?
Yes.
So basically, when we met out there, I saw between 319 and 321, the stakes were in for the erosion control. So when I walked the site, I noticed that it looked like the shed was out past that line. So that's why I sort of brought Joe in. Obviously I want to clean the shed up, not with machines, all done by hand, just to try to clean it and just, vegetate it back after.
Yeah, I don't have a problem, it's just the way you said it, Leave the
Yeah,
debris
probably
there.
not the best.
You're just gonna knock the shed over and leave it?
No,
There's
Burn
no
it.
foundation or anything?
no, it's not just a regular shed, it's got a bunch of trash in it. And then also, behind, you want to talk about behind 319?
That wasn't part of what I was bringing up.
Oh, okay.
It was just the shed.
Okay.
And so just the shed and the fact that the sediment controls for 323, 319, and 321 can all be tied in together and like treated as one site rather than, because how it's proposed on the other project and for this project is that it wraps around the side, but that's not necessary considering they're all.
It'll wrap around the whole buffer of
Yeah.
of the wetlands conservation.
All right, any other discussion about this?
I'm
Makes
good.
sense. But I'm all set.
There are other structures behind 319 and 321, but that's a little bit more involved, a little bit closer to the wetlands. So, not sure. Not to be addressed at this time, anyway.
Time of the area, it looks like a pile of tires from the area.
Oh, I haven't. So.
Old cars and tires.
Yeah, that's.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, but the shed is just, just the shed.
21, yeah.
So do we need a motion to approve the minor modification on that?
Sure. I mean, it's like an informal, just understanding that the shed's going to be taken down.
Removed, done.
Yeah.
Right.
Then could I have a motion to approve the minor modification?
So moved.
Could I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
You as well.
All right. Old business, new business, admin reports?
So, one new thing is, who here has a, or I guess out of you three, do you guys have laptops?
Yeah.
So what's new, anything?
All right, so where I'm going with this is that we're bringing out a new permitting system. And it would be, there would be incentive for applicants to file everything online, because they're going to be able to do that for DPW, for building, for health. So if everything's online, including packets, that means that there's incentive for applicants to just file everything online, including payments. Because then otherwise, if they bring in paper copies, then there's not, they lose incentive to do it online. And when they do it online, they basically do the data entry for the town, as far as, you know, what the project's about, their DEP file number.
So in other words, you want to give us one of them flash drives to do, instead of doing the hard copies?
Yes.
Okay.
What's a flash drive?
Yeah.
I knew that was coming, Dennis.
So I don't have a problem with it, but anytime you start something new, it's an experiment, you know? So we're not gonna get the applications, you're just gonna give us this stuff on the flash drive. You're not gonna give us applications or, because if there's issues with the applications, we should not be involved with that until it comes to the meeting. So they apply online to you
Yes,
or to the town.
yes.
Then you're gonna go through all the application, make sure all,
Yeah, yeah,
right, and then you're gonna put all that together so it's a packet like we have here,
on a flash drive.
on a flash drive.
Yes,
I don't have a problem with that.
okay.
He can share with me.
I beg your pardon. I'm okay with it, Joe, too. Don't worry.
Well, if there's like a bigger project, then I'll make sure that they have like something to project, or that they do provide like the larger prints. How do you feel about it, Steve?
Oh, well, I don't care, I use a laptop every day. The thing is, in some of the bigger projects, you're gonna need,
Yeah.
you're gonna need paper, you just can't, you can't assimilate everything in that period. Other than that, I mean, the normal stuff, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
That'll be fine.
So that means no more last minute things, as soon as we get the,
That's right,
Flash drive,
right.
that's
What's
it.
on the flash drive is it, right. None of this surprise, right.
I mean, I could still
Say, you said, no,
print
stop.
off stuff. I could still email stuff to you guys, I can still print stuff off if we really need it.
Yeah, you've emailed us certain things that I've
Yeah.
assumed that you just have gotten.
We'll leave it to your discretion. If you see something that pops up
Yeah.
that we need to see, and you know it's not on the flashlight, send an email. It's no big deal.
Okay, because if I'm an applicant and I want to file, and I tell the applicant, oh yeah, go use our online permitting system, but you actually also have to submit paper copies, then their next intuitive question is just gonna be, why can't I just do paper? So,
Well, they should have the option.
So
we'll
when,
always have the option.
when do you want to start this process, Joe?
As soon as they get a clock.
We've been asking for a clock. We requested a clock. I think we funded it, didn't we?
Yeah. So I think the go live date for the entire town is early March. So we have a meeting in March 8th and then March 22nd. So whatever you guys, I'm fine with either of those dates.
Doesn't make a difference.
That's up to you guys.
I mean, we did the laptop before with the
Oh, yeah, cool.
online with the COVID stuff, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm just too lazy to carry it.
All right, so we'll say March 8th and then for whatever reason, if that can't be done in time, I'll let you guys know.
Okay, fine.
All right, any other discussion, old business, new business? Or could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
All right.
Chair votes aye as well.